On Saturday, at around 5 to 3, Nathan Jones will have given his final team talk in the dressing room. He'd have walked along the touchline and he'd be sitting in the new dugout here at the Valley ahead of Charlton's first Sky Bet Championship game of the season against Derby County. The 2026-27 season is nearly upon us and we cannot wait. There is so much to get excited about. So get yourself settled and we hope you enjoy it. Welcome back to Charlton TV, and we are delighted to be pitchside again here ahead of our season preview show. Now, Charlton in the last campaign finished the highest they had in more than a decade, and we'll certainly be looking to consolidate that again this time around. So much to get excited about, so much to talk about. Here is what we've got coming up. It's been another busy summer for Nathan Jones, and we'll take an in-depth look at the Addicks recruitment. We look forward to two huge away trips to West Ham and Spurs. We'll rate Peter Garland's acting skills and we'll also give our predictions for the season ahead. And I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by the usual mob. And yeah, I use that word on purpose. Stevie Brownie, Kevin Lisbie, but of course Sir Alan Curbishley as well. Curbs, how are you?
I'm good, mate. Absolutely.
Yeah? You loving this weather?
Yep. And you?
Your face has calmed down a bit from the golf the other day.
We played golf the other day. I got told off again. Tomato red, she called me.
Oh,
But that's it.
not the worst judge.
No.
How was your summer, by the way? How many countries did you go to, Judith?
Got a few stamps.
Yeah?
Got a few stamps.
Gonna mention them
Why are you
at all?
picking on me?
You've been there now.
You've got to-
Starting with you first of
All
all.
right, okay.
Come along the line.
No, I've enjoyed myself.
Yeah?
You know, there's one nice thing about waking up in the morning and thinking about you. instead of 50 other people.
Is that you thinking about me or
Yeah, I'm
thinking
thinking about
yourself?
me.
No, I know.
Instead of all them footballers and directors and everything else.
You've done the hard work, mate.
Yeah.
Now it's time
Yeah.
to enjoy the rest of
That's
your
it.
life for sure. And Liz, of course, you're just starting out in the management career as well. He's not been sacked yet.
Give me a couple of weeks.
Have you paid your subs into the league managers?
I don't know. I think the club do that for me. I think that's part of my contract.
Yeah, he doesn't pay anything. They just
No,
pay him a
yeah.
lot. How's pre-season gone?
Yeah, really well. First pre-season, been a bit hectic. Transferred the squad completely, so I got rid of probably 12 players, brought in 14, 15. So I now have my squad, so no excuses now.
Did you go anywhere? What's pre-season like for you?
No. I went to Jamaica with the family just before the holidays, school holidays. Just snuck out for a little while the boys were on holiday. Other than that, been sorting myself out, dedicated myself to the job, and hopefully to get the rewards out of it now.
He ain't going great yet, is he?
No, not really.
It won't take long.
I don't care enough.
Christmas.
I don't
Christmas.
I don't care enough for that.
Christmas, getting back at Christmas.
Never used Mikel Arteta's shampoo, weren't they? Brownie, how was your summer?
Quiet. Yeah, I don't like weekends over the summer off. Coffee shops, going to walks down on a Sunday down a
because
beach.
you have brilliant weekends off when you play.
Just get me. Yeah. I've had so much stick about the shirt. I said, got 2 on the back, and he went, "Oh, well, you've lost a number there." Yeah, crikey, straight with an uppercut. Not even hello. Not even hello.
But just tell everybody that is the shirt that you wore back in the day.
Yeah, and I thought it looked all right until I saw that screen, and I just thought, geez, I should have gone with the regular shirt that I came in with.
So old.
Yeah, so
You ain't
old.
got your name on the back.
Off, but I am
It's
giving
before
it
you
away.
had the names on your back.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So I've got a little 2 on the back, which you said should be 12, which was a bit harsh. But yeah, no, I'm giving it away afterwards. Someone asked for it, and I said they could have it, and so I brought it with me, and I thought it'd be a great idea to stick it on. It's a very nice shirt, but I am down to my last 3 now.
Fair enough.
Football tops.
Football tops.
Okay.
Yeah. I just have golf shirts these days. That's it.
I, for what it's worth, I had a lovely summer. I mean, I worked on the World Cup, but from over here, and then I had 10 days in Tenerife before you know it. It's the season again, isn't it? So here we are. We're looking forward to it. Curbs, it is another season in the Championship, of course, as well, and already a big crowd set here for the Derby game on Saturday. I mean, how much are you looking forward to it?
Well, I am, because last year it was consolidating. You know, that was the main thing we had to do, and I'm not going to be one of them sort of people who think, right, now this is it. You know, we've got a tough season coming up. You know, I've likened the Championship to Premier League 2, with the clubs in there, the stadiums, the support and everything else. And I think, and it may be negative, but it's another consolidating season for me. Don't have too many scares, and you know, let's make sure we nestle in the middle of the table and we're looking that way. And that will make us, I know we're talking this season, but that will make us more attractive this time next year. You know, that you've stayed in there and you know, you look as if you can handle it, and you can attract more players if that's the case.
Brandy, last season saw our highest finish in a decade, our highest attendances in 17 years, and our women's side got promoted as well. How would you sum up the campaign?
Yeah, I think we should add on as well. Our Worldie Academy did last year. They picked up a multitude of awards as well. So the whole club, I think, was on an up. I think in terms of what was set at the beginning of the season, we got exactly what we wanted out of it. The women's team, as you said, have got promoted. The first team stayed in the Championship, which I have to say was the goal set by the club at the start of the season. And it doesn't matter how you get there, and we judge it game to game, don't we? But actually, the time to judge is at the end. And when you get to the end and you look at it all, everything that was set was achieved. I do agree with Curbs. I think it's going to be. I think this year's tougher. I think if you look at what happened to the Championship last year, the points deductions, the teams that came up or down weren't so strong. I think the 3 that have come down look really strong, and the ones that have come up are in a not a bad position either. So it's one of those ones where you absolutely right, Curbs. You consolidate. You make sure that you're in the Championship again for the following season.
Okay, well, recruitment always important and not over yet, of course, but let's have a look at Charlton's business up to now, shall we? We're going to start with Carlton Grant as well. And Brandy, I know he's a signing that's impressed you as well. Yeah. Just tell us why.
Well, I have to say, when we watched it, my first glimpse of him was Colchester, and just the intelligence, the movement. So he plays it off the left of a front 3. And he can receive to feet in wide areas, go 1v1. He can drop his shoulder. He recognises the space in behind, drops his shoulder and goes in without the ball. He then can come across and make a second striker. He drops into the 10 role as well, coming off the left. So he mixes up his movement well. We're seeing some really good goals as well. And he finished particularly well on the night. A lovely little give and go with nibs, cut back and a super finish. But and I will say, Scotty, I'm not sure Carlton would have come here last year. So, and that's again, it highlights where we are as a club, I think. We've picked up a free transfer from another Championship club that if he was looking at Charlton coming up from League One, I'm not sure we would have got him.
Liz, got to ask a goal scorer about a goal scorer. How impressed are you with him?
Yeah, I've seen him play over the years and I've always been impressed with him. As Brandy said, he can play, I think he could play any one of those positions. I think he could be the number 9, he could play on either side. Watching him play, he's very efficient, touch, intelligent player. And I think for me, that will be one of our best signings, I think. And as Brownie said, I don't think he would have come last year. And I think he's obviously seen what we've done last year and he wants to be a part of it. But for me, to get someone in like that, who's a proven goal scorer and with the qualities he's got, and I think he'll make this squad better. And I actually look forward to watching him play.
And Curbs, with around 250 Premier League as well as Championship games as well, that's valuable experience, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think that in the dressing room, it's going to be important. And the way he conducts himself, he understands the game. And we've got young players coming through, and as you all know, you do look up at them, and you want to see why they've got to where they've got to, and that's the sort of player you need in the dressing room. And I'm sure it's given us a bit more aggression up top, a bit more competition, if you like. And I just think it sums up where we are at the moment, because obviously he would have had choices, and he's decided to come to Charlton.
It'll be good for the young boys as well, I think.
Yeah.
The young strikers that we've got in the squad, I think it'll be really good for them to have him in there.
They'll learn a lot off him, for sure. Danny McNamara as well, if we talk about championship experience, over 150 games in the second tier. Tell us about him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there would have been a little bit of noise coming from where he's come from, and that's natural when you move. I think it's natural when we disappear off to a Palace or a Mill from here, you'll get the noise going the other way as well. But what I can tell you from seeing him, doing the rounds as we do on the circuit, is that he is a wholehearted player. He won't leave anything in the dressing room. It comes out with him. He wears his heart on his sleeve, and if there's a 50-50, he's not backing out. There's just no way. So I think in terms of the games he's played at this point, we're adding more experience to the squad, and it gives that competition for place that may have not been there or wasn't as fierce maybe last season. You're talking about a player that, if you're putting him in, there's 150 games he can rely on in terms of experience during that football match. So I think it's a nice addition.
Liz, I understand about the Millwall connection is not always a popular one. I actually think he'll win over the Charlton fans quite quickly with the way he plays. You went the other way, of course. Any advice for him?
Thanks for mentioning that. Look, when I signed for Millwall, Kenny Jackett, God rest his soul now, is obviously gone. One of the instructions he gave me was just to work hard. Just commit to everything to the team. Yeah, I know I struggled for about half a season.
Did he not know what he was saying? Did he not watch you?
He wanted to get rid of me after a week. But I think if you're going to do those moves, I think the first thing you've got to do is show the crowd that you're on board and you're on side. And I think his talent will obviously come through, but I think he's got to stay committed to the club for the first at least 4 weeks, and then once they've seen how hard he works, I think they'll warm to him.
I agree. More top level experience has joined us as well last week with former England international Nathaniel Chalobah. Brownie, what will he bring, do you feel? If he stays fit, I think he'd be a brilliant signing.
Yeah, I don't think he's been brought in to play
all the time.
Absolutely not, no. But I think he's a superb addition. And we saw a really good first half performance from him last week against Cheltenham, and he is on a different level, I've got to say, for intelligence. I think you'll like watching him. He knows exactly where the opponents are, he knows exactly where his outballs are, so he can receive under pressure, and if it comes thick and fast from the wrong side, he just pops the ball off. He's got the ball round the corner in the locker. He drove 20 yards of the ball for the assist to Carey. And he drew what was smart, he drew the defender. As soon as he saw the defender put his weight on this side, he reversed it into Carey's path. No recovery for the defender. It gets lost on a lot of people, but he just waited for the defender to commit, bang, gone, Carey, touch and goal.
Free signing sums up where we're at, where we've progressed to. And as I said earlier, it's another stepping stone. Not get carried away. Let's have a great start, obviously, but not get carried away, because we've got to make this club stronger and more attractive. And to do that, is to be in this league again next year.
Absolutely. Okay, we know we have a Carabao Cup tie, a sexy one against Spurs at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium to look forward to, which gives us an opportunity to have our very first memory lane of the season. So let's go back to 2003, White Hart Lane. Curbs, first of all, do you remember this?
Yeah, of course I do.
After you saw the mischance.
Yeah. Well, he probably, to be fair, he's done about 1,000 games, hasn't he? So he needs to make sure. So we put it on him there. But it was a 1-0 away win.
Is it Yawley, is it? Jason Yawley, is it?
It wasn't.
No.
You don't remember it either?
JJ?
No.
Sean Bartlett?
No.
Yawley?
No.
Oh, gold. Brownie?
Carlton Cole.
It wasn't Brownie.
Who's
Correct. Carlton Cole.
Carlton Cole.
Great header.
Is that Paolo with a corner?
Yeah. An assist for Paolo.
That's a great header.
Carlton might know what to do when we go to West Ham, will he? Eh? Because he's one of them ambassadors
sure
down
he
there.
is.
isn't he?
I'm sure you will know what to do.
Yeah, I think he will know.
I think we know exactly
he will
what
know.
side he is. He'll come in the shirt.
Yeah,
He's got Carlton's like.
He's an ambassador. I think he's head of loans there as well. But fair play to him. But great win though, isn't it? At White Hart Lane.
Yeah. I mean, I think we was underestimated when we played in them local derbies. It didn't always go our way, but you know, when we turned people over, it was like, oh, that's not right, that's unexpected. But on most occasions, we deserved it.
Yeah. What was it like playing with Carlton, Liz?
When he came from Chelsea, didn't he? So it took a while for him to get in the squad. I think at that point we probably had about 5 strikers. So didn't play many games with him, but Carlton's one of those that would work. He would work. Obviously, he wasn't like Benty and Yuli, where if they had one chance they'll score. He was one of those players that would give his all for probably about 60, 70 minutes before Curbs took one of us off. But yeah, I loved playing with him. It took away some of the work rate that I did. The fact that he would run and work as hard as I would. So it's really good to play with him.
Taking another way a bit of his work.
No, but he signed for us, obviously in the Parker deal, etc. But he should have come back, and I think Villa come in. And it was the worst thing that he could have done. You know, he was struggling to find Eltham, let alone go to Sutton Coldfield. Yeah, he should have. I think if he'd have stayed with us for another season, I think he would have progressed even better.
Do you think because he came from Chelsea, he wanted to?
No, I think it was Chelsea maybe forcing it a little bit, and maybe agents. You know, you boys have all these agents, don't you, and etc. But he should have come back for another season.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next one then, which was later on in the season. Brownie, you didn't play in that one we've just seen, but you did make an appearance off the bench in this one.
Oh no, I'm long gone here.
All right, I've got it. Okay, this is the 4-2 win.
I'd love to say I did, Scott.
Okay.
But I was retired by 2004.
That's actually a different one we got in the running order, so let's have a look at this one then.
Right. Oh no.
And that's Jermaine Defoe.
Are we 2 down here?
Yeah.
Comeback.
Yes, all
Proper comeback.
right. Great save though.
Yeah.
Oh, was it
That was a
handball?
good save. Couldn't react to that, could he?
No, he wasn't great on reactions, Dino.
We're saying handball.
Can you tell him that?
Conch was saying handball then, wasn't he?
Was it Bartlett, is it?
Well, someone must remember this.
I'm just watching it.
I was twiddling my thumbs.
Why do you want to?
Sulking about my career finishing.
We're meant to be talking about the 2-2 the season before.
No,
but
we're watching the game.
We just want to see who wins, isn't it? Who scores?
watching the game's
Graham
good, Kurt,
Stewart.
but when people are watching us watching the game, then
Yeah. Oh no.
He's just agreed to come to the golf day actually in September, Graham.
Is he?
So that'd be great to see him. They're playing Spurs on the Saturday, Everton, so he's going to come down a day early and join in on the at Sundridge.
How good was he, Graham Stewart?
Very
Curbs?
good.
Yeah, I think once again, someone that come into the dressing room, had been there and done it, and sort of the rest of the lads just looked up at him, and he understood that, and he conducted himself fantastically well.
You look at this Tottenham team full of
Superstars, and you talk about King, you talk about Defoe, Keane.
Curbs just said something earlier, and it rung true from early on. It wasn't just in the 2004 era, from pretty much end of the 90s onwards. If you underestimated us as a team, you got picked off.
Yeah.
You had to come and you had to give 8 out of 10 as an opposition. If you dropped and thought you could just get a result against us, you come unstuck. You know,
that was the culture of the
it
club,
was.
isn't
It really was.
For
Liz,
a long
and
period of time, wasn't it?
you look back at, you know, you clear out. We just cleared out some photos, and you look at some of the photos, and it's got Shearer in it and Barnes,
Yeah.
and you know, and you look back and you think, Jesus.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay, apologies for that. That wasn't the one we were meant to be speaking about here. But in terms of the actual game itself, how much are you looking forward to that one? What is one of the best stadiums in Europe?
Yeah.
I have to say, it's magnificent food as well, isn't it?
it's, listen.
What, for the press corps?
Yeah, the
I
press,
mean,
honestly, brilliant.
I've got to be honest with you, Chelsea used to top it, didn't it? All the time. You go, Chelsea's the place to go for media. And then it's not just, it's the hospitality you get when you're there. The stadium is incredible. I think we've got 5,700 tickets, and I'll be stunned if we don't sell them all.
Yeah.
If they're cheap, I think, as well, relatively, in comparison to what you pay for a league game. So get there. Support the team.
To be here.
Yeah, me too, Curbs. But
I much prefer it to be here, but
yeah,
you know, there's the cup upset, etc., etc.
Do you
So
think the players would prefer it there? If he was a player.
I think they'd probably prefer there, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
But to get the result, you want to be here. But listen, you're going to be playing at one of the best stadiums in Europe, as I say. I'm sure you'll enjoy the food.
I won't touch it, Scotty. I get nervous before comms, so.
I know we've looked at some players coming in that have championship experience, but equally exciting signings from abroad as well. So Brownie, first through the door was Ivan Mesic.
Yep.
What does he bring for you?
Aggression. Seen it straight away. He is no nonsense. You know, I think he got booked after about 5 minutes of one of the performances when he came on, and I tell you what he will give that might catch people out. I think he wants to get forward more than people might give him credit for because of the way he is as a player in terms of wants to win the 50-50s and actually looks like he wants to bully his opponent. So he wants to get on top of them physically and get into their heads. I also think he's going to offer good pace to get forward as well at times. I saw it a couple of times when he came on at Cheltenham. I'm just waiting to see. He hasn't had enough minutes for me to sort of work out if that's going to be regular, but I think he has the athleticism to do that.
Okay, now on Ivan, his signing was announced in a slightly different way. Let's take a look and have a listen out to a voice we recognise.
Curbs again. What's he want?
You all right, Pete? Listen, a quick one. We've got a new signing coming in. As you know, I'm on holiday, so you're in charge, and we need to come up with an announcement. Use AI. That's what it's there for. Good luck, Curbs.
Right, leave it with me. What's Jack BCG? Hi, Ivan. Welcome to Charlton. Please take a seat. I'm going to use AI to make you feel at home.
Používanie umelej inteligencie ma núti cítiť sa ako škriatok.
How does it feel to be an addict?
Aký je to pocit byť treskou škvrnitou?
We need to talk about some fun ideas to announce you.
Musíme sa porozprávať o tvojich vtipných topánkach.
Would you like to juggle some footballs?
Chceli by ste sa hrať s týmito loptičkami.
How about...
Peter, can I just say, I speak English perfectly.
Right, that would have been useful. Should we go and take some pictures then instead?
Actually, it's Ivan, not Ivan.
He's put in his place there, Pete, wouldn't he? What do we think, Curbs? A star is born in the acting world?
I heard about that, but I didn't realise how bad it was.
No, I think he was going for Wooden. Surely he was going for Wooden.
Of course he was going for
There you
Wooden,
go
yeah.
then.
I mean, your performances as head of AI have been very popular amongst the
right.
Charlton fan base
right,
as well.
okay.
I mean, you've been a star in other adverts as well. How much do you enjoy it?
Yeah, no, don't get me on one of these now.
No,
Did it-
he sees what it looks like.
Unless he got paid.
Whereas you do it for free. Liz, what's your acting skills like? You act like a manager at times.
Absolutely bad. I was acting like a footballer for 20 odd years. So, look, nah, I've got nothing to me. I'm an honest person, Brownie knows that. But yeah, I don't think, after looking at that, yeah, not for me, I think. I think I'll
I
leave
love that. And it's even.
It took him ages to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You think that was about take 32?
Yeah,
do you?
yeah. We'll have to find out.
We'll ask him. We'll ask him when we see him next. Okay, next through the door was the giant that is Billy Comecchio as well. Brownie, tell us about him.
Yeah, like him. I think he's only got about 50, 60 CD games under his belt, but he's had nearly a full season, I think, and he played up in Scotland and Dundee. He started his career at Liverpool, so there's a pedigree there as well. But 6'4", he might even be taller. You know how it looks when you're up in the stands. He might be 6'5", but what I like about him, Scotty, any ball in the box, I'm having that. And we've already got one that does that in Lloyd. So you've got two really aggressive centre halves that want to win those crosses into the box. He will go for a ball up as well. He's getting nice and tight to win that. Aggressive in the air, and he got done a couple of times off the shoulder. And I ain't seen this really since the Rufus days where it didn't matter. He just got back in and made a brilliant challenge at Cheltenham. I mean, it was perfectly timed inside the penalty area as well. Couldn't get it wrong. Made up 3 or 4 yards, made the challenge. So, I mean, there is a player there for sure. Needs a little bit of developing, and if they get the development right and he learns Championship quick, yeah, I think he could be a very good player.
Okay, Minanik Ali as well has also joined us and does have Champions experience. I watched him a few times in a Pompey shirt actually, although he actually was on loan from Luton. Tell us what you make of him.
Haven't seen much of him actually, but I know he did very well against us for Portsmouth last year. Maybe that helped him in getting the move over the line. But yeah, struggled at Luton. But he's one of those players I think you could have a highlights reel on. You get to the end of the season, you've got 5 or 6 things that happen, and you go, you know, put it all together. But I guess it's consistency. You know, I don't know how much he's going to feature. He'll want to get into the side as soon as possible. But when he gets 1v1, leave him.
Yeah.
Just let him try and produce is what with the advice I'd give him, because he came on Saturday again and straight away on the front foot, trying to get contact inside the box, trying to take people on. But I'm going to guess he's one of those ones that every now and again he'll hit the corner flag, but he will put a few in the top corner as well.
He can be a little bit inconsistent, but you're right, absolutely. On his day, he'll be unplayable in this division. Hopefully it'll be more often than not. Liz, we've got some attacking options at our disposal, haven't we?
Yeah, and everyone that we brought in, seemed to suit the way we play and the profile of the club. Everyone that Brandy's spoken about, if you spoke about a Charlton player, they seem to fit that bill. And I'm sure the manager understood the players that have left last season and the ones that he needs to bring in this season. And it looks like by all accounts, the players that they've brought in, hopefully, if everything goes to plan, will obviously make us a lot better and a lot stronger with a lot more experience than we had last year,
Yeah.
which I think we're going to need being the second season and the expectation that come with that.
Earlier this week it was announced that Timothy Hume has joined the Addicts as well.
Yeah,
What do you make of him?
Oh, I'm going to need some sun cream. I've got to be honest with you.
That's
I'm not joking either. I'm just, look, I don't think Tom's thought about this at all.
You can stand here.
Mate, it's coming for you in a minute.
Yeah, I'm all right, mate.
But
So what are we saying about Timothy?
Oh, suddenly there's an eclipse.
Yeah, what's happening? I wish there was curbs, because at the moment I can't see the screen, I can't function.
Right, Minto's not concerned.
listen,
Look,
no. Oh, you keep wants to lay down. Top off.
Where's the pool in the sunbed?
Oh dear.
And the pina colada.
Right, yeah. Right, your question, Timothy. Look, I think he's young and he's an exceptional talent. Right, we've got to make sure that he likes and enjoys his football here. Because if we can get him on the pitch, he will produce. I'm told he can press well. You know, he's a midfielder that can join up the top line and press quickly, and he's an exciting talent. But I think you'll find that he needs to enjoy the environment he's in. And if we can create that, I think it's one of those rough diamonds, could go unbelievably well. We'll see.
And worth a punt. Curbs, I've asked Liz about some of the attacking options in terms of strengthening our midfield. Do you think that was something that needed doing?
Yeah, I think because it's such a tough league, and you need everyone sort of who's in the squad. I know you spoke about a couple of younger players, if you like, and whatever, but this is such a tough league. Yeah. And I don't really want to take it away from the younger players, but you've got to have experience, you've got to have strength, you've got to have aggression, you've got to have pace. You know, you've got to have all them ingredients, and it sounds like most of these signings have got that. You know, so I think that's probably the route we've gone down this summer, that we're bringing in ready-made players really that can handle this league physically and mentally.
And tell us about the change of system as well, Brownie, because obviously, you know, under Nathan so far it's been 3-5-2, but in pre-season and against Cheltenham, it's a back four.
Yeah, he's gone 4-2-3-1, and it's plain to see. But I mean, it obviously offers that if you're in possession and you're on top of a game, fullbacks can get forward. You've got options from the 3 and behind the 1. And I just felt at times we had to do what we did last year, because defensively we were strong, and we became a back 5 very, very quickly, you know, when games were getting away from us. And I think Nathan's going to try and change the system just so he can try and get on the front foot a little bit more, and he has got options if things aren't going well. Last year you didn't feel like he ever wanted to come away from it. You get the feeling now if he starts a 4 and it's not going quite right, the players we brought in, he can actually change the system within the system. He could go to a diamond if he wanted, he could drop to a back 3 if he wanted, wing back. So I think he's given himself the opportunity week in, week out to assess an opponent this year and change formation if he needs. He might necessarily want to do that, but I think he's given himself the options to do that.
As a manager, how open were you to sort of changing systems and that, or were you quite happy with
No,
it?
we've done that quite often, didn't we? You know, people like Herman and Richardson, who start off as a centre half or as a first centre half, then could go left back. You know, Brownie was versatile; he could go in 3 or 4 positions. We had players that could accommodate that, and depending on how the game's going, you know, if we look like we're struggling defensively or set plays, whatever, you can suddenly adjust it. And no, I'm all for that. I'm not one of them sort of people that it's got to be 4-4-2 or 4-3-3 or whatever. Yeah. You need to adjust to some of the players you're playing against as well. Yeah. And you know, sometimes, and maybe Nathan will have to do this. Like you've got to take care of their best player. Yeah. And that means you're going to have to do something. That normally was Keithy Jones or something. but
he did it on Gerrard one time, didn't he?
He done it on Gascoigne as well.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you have to say, the game this weekend, the game's all about him, and we're going to stop him, and the rest of you are going to have to accommodate that. So.
I remember the first time you did that, or one of the first times was you'll remember King Cladsey. Do you remember him up at Man City?
Yeah.
And you went, everything comes through him, and we just focus on stopping him. We got a good result, but it's like you have to take care of the threats.
You know, their best player and sacrifice someone for it. But as long as it's for the team, and and I just think that, as I keep saying about this league next year, the strength of it, and they're all going to have a couple of top players or a top department that you're going to have to stop. Sounds negative, but as you're trying to consolidate, you're going to have to stop them as more often than perhaps going off and thinking about going that way.
Well, then it gives you the platform to go forward, doesn't it? And Brownie, incredibly versatile, midfield, either full-back, centre-back, goalkeeper.
Mark's Henry out of the game,
on the bench. He was set for the
back. You know that wasn't me. You're out of order. But do you know what I thought he was going to say when he said he's very versatile? He can sit left to right on that bench, any seat. I was waiting for it, and he didn't say it. And I thought, oh, bless him.
Final one on the sort of system as well, because it is a big move. But I've always liked a 4-2-3 or a 4-3-3. But in terms of scoring goals, Liz, obviously you want to be scoring goals as much as possible. But generally speaking, you want the team set up to give yourself lots of chances to score goals. What kind of system did you prefer, and how did you like it being played?
I think it's just important to find a balance in it between exploiting the opposition and obviously being defensively sound as well. Especially as Curbs and Brownie have both said, in this division, I don't think you can go out looking to outrun teams or outscore teams. So I think you've got to find that balance. And I think players are more patient nowadays than back in my day. I think if you're a striker in my day and the ball doesn't come in, then you're arguing with the wingers. And now I think strikers are sort of used to not getting touch of the ball and understanding their defensive role in the team. So you're not going to get chances for a long period of times. And then when you get that chance, you've got to be ruthless. But I do think that you've got to find a real good balance between exploiting teams and also setting up defensively. And I think we're going to have to evolve this year. I think last year we done it really well defensively. I think this year we're going to have to find a real good balance on how we do exploit teams, especially when they come here as well.
He was so glad he played back in the day when they just got crosses in the box and not having to track back and hardly touch the ball.
I'll be pulling my hair out.
Erling Haaland is the perfect example, isn't he? He's comfortable in not touching the ball, yet he still scores a hat-trick. Okay, let's look at, we mentioned about the change of shape as well, and let's have a look at the Cheltenham game, shall we? Because that obviously was a really good win, and I mean, definitely all over by a half-time. So how impressed were you by the lads on Saturday?
Yeah, I think the comment I made at half-time was if Carlsberg did first halves, because it was just, everything about it was absolutely spot on. Cheltenham started okay. We took a little while to find our feet, but that was coming. That had been coming. It's another quality finish. I mean, I did think it took a wicked deflection, but Matty will say it was sailed in without anything. But anyway, regardless, it was a good move and a really good attempt. This is the one I mean. Look, just waits for that defender to slide onto his left side. Waits transferred, can't recover. And people might think that's just lucky. It's not. It's measured. He's waited for that defender to commit to his left, slid it right. That gives Carey more time to finish. But it was the way we were sort of on top of the Cheltenham players quickly. We didn't let them settle. We went from deep to top end quite quickly. And that finish again is outstanding. It really is. I mean, Carey's goal's a different goal, but we've seen two really good, right-footed curlers. But the Carey goal is the one where I think Chalabar broke from deep. We had a nick as well. We nicked it, bang, yeah. But we were home and dry by half time, and you know what it's like. We've all watched the games where you sit and you go, I just hope we don't stop there. And it's hard not to do when you're 3-0 up. You come out and you just take your foot off the gas a little bit. and Charlton came back into it, and we finished the game strong. Funny enough, last 15 minutes was us again.
Some great goals though, Liz.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I mean that last chance for TC when he runs in behind the defender there, I would love to see him do that more, run off the ball. I think I've watched him play a lot of times, and he likes to take oppositions on. He likes to square people up, but for me, I think a lot of these goals will come from taking him out of spaces and then getting in behind. I think that's how his game's going to evolve. And as Brandy said, his finish itself is a great finish, but how many goals are you really going to score over a season like that? Yeah. So for me, I think a lot of these goals will come making those runs in those fast sticks.
And sorry, Scott. He also had. I don't know if he's shown it because I can't really see the screen that well, but he broke onto his left as well.
That's the one I was thinking about. Yeah.
Was it? Sorry,
it hit the bar.
It was a brilliant. Listen, and I love to see him go outside because that's what opens up the inside channel later for him.
Yeah, yeah.
You know. So sorry.
Yeah, no, that's the one.
Yeah. My apologies. It's these glasses, that screen.
That sun.
Yeah.
Oh, it's some suntan oil. Yeah.
A bit late, Tom. My nose is peeling. And it's only 30. What's that to me? I'm Irish white. Can you say that these days? Probably.
No, you know, don't mean you're not allowed to.
But the good thing, Brandy,
yeah.
good thing, but you didn't have to buy it.
yeah. In fact, Curbs, let's just slide that in there. That's
final one on that, because I think it's a serious question as well. I want to ask you. Pre-season's obviously been up and down. The Reading game wasn't a good one, but it's pre-season. But how important was that kind of performance as well as result heading into the league season?
Yeah, you're right. You don't necessarily look at results in pre-season because you're changing players constantly. You've got to try and get the squad fit. You know, it ain't just the 11 that's going to start the first game against Derby. It's the rest of the squad as well. So I didn't take too much notice of perhaps results, but you'd look at individuals. You know, how do they handle 1 against 1, or how was it as a back 4? How was it as a back 5, as you've been talking about? Before Nathan then makes his decision on what he's going to do, you know. So it's giving everybody. I think it's got to be fair. You've got to give everybody a chance. You roughly know 8 or 9 of what the starting 11 is going to be, but you've got to give everyone a chance because it can change so quickly after a week or two.
Would you play your fittest team at the beginning of the season? So I know you have an idea of what your team.
First game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd play the fittest. Everyone, yeah.
But depending on the
that makes sense.
Did you start?
No, but depending on the
match day
it
one.
depends on the opposition as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I know nothing. We don't know nothing about Derby. You know, how do they line up, etc., etc. Nathan's got all that information. So this week he'll be working all about, you know, Derby, the first game of the season. And as we said earlier, who's their danger man? Where are they going to hurt us most? So you may make a decision purely on the opposition. Not like the team that you think is the first 11. It may be just on the opposition as well.
They've got a possible takeover coming, so we'll have to wait and see whether that happens this side of the deadline day or not. And of course, new players coming in. You know, it's difficult to.
They got beaten the cup as well.
Yeah.
So
we should. Good.
Well, it's kind of like that. Yeah.
Good. Let's finish on that one. Now time for predictions, and of course we are very, very lucky indeed to have our prediction king, Stevie Brownie, with us as well. So, do you want to start, or do you want? Who wants to go?
I'll go
here?
because I think we're quite limited on options.
Player of the year.
Yeah.
Young player of the year.
Oh, is it?
And then what finish Charlton would be?
Don't like that one.
That last one's a bit overboard.
Don't like that one.
So, go where you want with it, and whoever wants to go first, that's absolutely fine.
10th.
Okay, take that.
10th.
Take that.
And looking more upwards than downwards.
And we can have a combined young player of the year and player of the year.
I'm going to go for
individual.
For us to have a good season, I think defensively we've got to be sound. I'm going for Lloyd Jones again because I know he's won it a couple of times. And Miko Mbik, I think, is a young lad. If Nathan's in a position to give people that opportunity, you know, he's going to have to go experience the first 4 or 5 games to get off to a good start. But if the kid's good enough, then he will get in. You know, it's as simple as that. You can't hold them back if they're good enough. But you need the manager to be in a strong position that he can do that. You know, I used to have Richard Murray ask me, "Oh, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?" And you know, it was always because I'm trying to bring someone through or whatever. "Oh, why aren't you playing one this week?" Well, because I can't. The opposition's different, and you know, so there's got to be that conversation being had for young players now. I think managers are under so much pressure to get results. You know, it's vital, but to give young lads a chance, you don't often see it in the Premier League, and it's just as difficult in the Championship, I think.
Yeah. Liz?
Yeah, I'm going to agree because I think Mbik,
after watching him at Colchester last season, I went to the training ground, I think, about 6 weeks ago, and he's got taller and bigger, and he looks stronger. And if he, as Curb says, if he gets a chance, if he gets that opportunity, I think watching him play, I think he's got all the attributes to be a top player, and I think now rather than later. So I'll say him big. I'm going to go Grant as well up front. Are you not happy with that? What? Because I've gone for a striker.
Stolen it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've watched him.
That's why we left you last.
Yeah.
Now you're really struggling.
No,
You're getting
he-
no.
he-
You took his choices away. No.
Against me.
You took his choices away. He's getting sunburnt.
Yeah, I know. Curb, I'm telling you, I just want to go down the oak.
His big toes hurting him. But he'll still be.
You've got my flip flops and my shorts on.
He'll still be fit for Saturday, you know.
His flip flops
Feel
are
like-
down the side here.
feel
He's
like
just
I'm
got
in
his bare feet.
Vegas at the moment.
Not a pretty sight.
Go on in, Fanny.
Yeah. Grant, I think was it?
Have you said a league position?
League position. I'm going to go 8th.
So
That's a playoff spot.
Yeah.
You didn't even know
we're
that,
going to
did
nick
you?
into the playoffs.
I know I've changed it. I'm saying 8th.
I'm going to look terrible.
I'm going to say 8. That's only 2 above Curb, by the way.
I'm going to go 15th.
Yeah.
15th.
I'd have gone 14th.
Yeah, 15th. And I'm going to go with. I love him, Bick, and he is talented. There's no two ways about it. It's difficult to break in as a striker and stay in. So I'm going to go with Mwamba. I think he's going to I think he could make an impression this year. I think if he gets in and around the first team and he settles, I think he could have a nice run. So I'm going to go Mwamba, and I'm going to go Grant. If he's got to stay fit.
Yeah.
I think if he stays fit, I think he's an exciting player. I'd go do you know what? I'd go Chalobah if I thought he was going to have a full season.
Yeah. I was actually thinking that as well. I
Yeah.
just felt I think Grant will play more games.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, if he's fit, so.
Okay, that's all been clipped up, so we'll have a look at them come the end of the season. Looking forward to that already, although we don't want to throw our time away. Let's go. We went to memory lane with Spurs earlier in the show. Let's have a look at, because of course we've got Spurs, but we've also got West Ham, haven't we? So let's go back down memory lane then, shall we? Curbs, given your history of the club as well, do you remember this game first of all?
Yeah.
4-4.
Yeah. I mean, it's an amazing game. It was live on Sky, wasn't it, on a Monday night?
It was.
And we struggled a little bit. That was Di Canio again. Look. We struggled a little bit early on. I think Kitson caused us all sorts of problems.
Well, I mean, there were big names, you have to say, on
Yeah.
the West Ham bench. There was Joey Cole, there was Jermaine Defoe, big names on the
Di Canio's
pitch as well.
captain there, look.
Mickey Carrick, Paolo Di Canio, Scott Minto as
Yeah.
well. So
That's where we were going.
I
did wonder why.
I forgot about that.
it actually was in the script, but I made sure I said it. Yeah.
That was a great ball from Di Canio, though, wasn't it?
Great ball from Di Canio. I
Yeah.
bet I'm waiting to see this goal that I helped set up. As
Oh,
he
right.
mentions what he mentioned last time.
Is this the
Yeah.
one? Is this
Yeah.
the one? What
This is
a
it.
finish.
This is the one. So, I mean, it's a heck of a game, wasn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
being involved with it myself, obviously coming back to the Valley was, I just loved it. But 4-4, it's a crazy, crazy game.
Yeah. I mean, my memory of this, right? Defoe was an incredible finisher. We sat in the dressing room and the opposition team comes in and your manager, which was Curbs obviously, pins it up on the wall. And Defoe wasn't in it and Kitson was, and we went like that, get in there, no Defoe. And he went and scored that trick. And you're like, oh,
There he
wow.
is, the brown dog.
The thing
Wow.
is as well,
You see what I mean about a bag of the shirts worth?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
lucky
it's-
you.
Yeah.
but the thing is as well is that they stole Defoe off us. So that was
Yeah,
still a
they did,
really
yeah.
sore
Yeah,
point.
they did.
You know, he come through the ranks as a schoolboy and was about to sign, and yeah. So I never forgot that. We went to a tribunal. We hardly got anything that we deserved, we should have got. I wish we'd have gone to the tribunal after he got this hat-trick or whatever he got on the game.
Let me tell you, so obviously he was at the club, as I was as well, with Ian Wright, and he used to love Ian Wright, just watch the way he trained and shot, and he was literally one of the last ones to come, and incredible. But yeah, incredible, good finishes as well from our boys, Charlton.
Yuli weren't too bad, was he himself? innit?
I think we got some players
Yeah,
out there, I have
yeah.
to say.
You lose some, but we could never complain about the attacking options we had in this squad. I know Defoe was a good player, but between us all, we scored enough
No,
goals.
he left us like as a schoolboy, so
Yeah,
it wasn't as if he was ready-made.
Yeah.
And then he left West Ham soon after we went down in 2003 as well. So,
Yeah.
you know, very determined young lad and obviously incredible player. So
This was some sort of
this is a
game,
good
though.
goal. This is a good goal.
Who's that?
This is a good ball in, I think.
Who's that? Who plays that?
Oh, tell you what.
Who
That
plays that? Is that
absolute
you?
defence splitting ball, that wasn't it?
Into the area. Talk discipline in the area.
I've got to tell you.
Why was you closing him down?
Well,
There you
I
go.
think it was behind me. I
it
can't
behind
see
you, was it?
properly.
Where are you, bro? Is that you trying to
I
get
don't know,
back?
someone
Yeah.
giving a goal away.
Oh, man. Wait,
Tell me that wasn't
Yeah,
behind me.
that's mathematically impossible, that pass. Yet somehow the
Why do
the
they
young
keep
lads
showing it?
Fine,
did
physics.
That's Youngie, isn't it? Is that Youngie?
Why do they keep showing it? It's shown it 3 times now.
I know.
He's got his
Anyway,
eyes
I
to
promise
follow.
you,
Four
I didn't have-
times.
I didn't have. There we go.
I mean,
Didn't have any saying that.
have
Tom,
you
I asked
ever
for
known
6
a goal
times,
shown
not 4.
It's an opposition goal, by the way.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
know.
Charlton goal. It's an opposition goal that's been shown 7 times.
I
mean,
think that
talk
was.
about
Yeah,
buttering
yeah.
the
I
production
think
team
that
up.
was Tom and the lads being very kind to me there. But look, I mean, while
JJ.
we're talking West Ham, Curbs, obviously you've got a massive affinity with them as well. What's it like seeing them in the Championship?
I think the opposition will like seeing them in the Championship because they're going to sell out most weeks. You know, when they play away from home, West Ham, they will take enormous amount of fans, and also it's big games. You want that sort of scalp, don't you? If you're in the Championship, I think they've got a bit to do. I don't want to keep on about the stadium because most people they use that as a big excuse, but they need to start off well because I think there's a lot of anger over there at the moment. You know, 52,000 season ticket holders. It's quite incredible, isn't it?
After relegation.
Yeah, and you know, it's not, as I understand, it's not the happiest of camps. You know, so they need to get a good start, West Ham, to have a chance of threatening that promotion situation.
Brownie, how do you see West Ham this season?
I think they're gonna. I think all the sides that have come down, they have the strength in depth, the spending power they have because of what they can spend from relegation, and then you get 52,000 season ticket holders, which affects what you can spend. It's
They brought in 150 mil on 2 players as well.
right, and they're going to have the strength in depth when it comes to the nitty gritty in February, March, April, May next year. So I don't expect them to be anywhere bar hovering around the top. It's I quite like the fact we're playing them second game. You catch them cold. You're still trying to find your strongest 11. You're not quite 100% sure. So if there's a time to go over there, early's great for me.
And they've got a tough game, and they get away at Burnley first game.
Yeah, that's right, on Sunday, yeah. Let me tell you, I was there at the London Stadium for Talk Sport at the weekend as well. First 40 minutes, they were really, really poor.
Yeah.
And they won the game within a 10-minute period at either side of half-time. If their mentality is not right, I think Curbs is absolutely spot on. Everyone's going to want to go there. It's their Wembley. Playing away from home, you know, Lincoln and, you know, Bolton even though it wasn't that long ago they were in the Premier League. They've been in the League One for a long, long time. If their heads aren't right, I'm fascinated to see how it's going to go. But Liz, if you're a Championship player, how much are you desperate to play against West Ham?
Yeah, I mean, not just you're looking at Wolves as well, and there's some big clubs, and as Curbs likes to call it, it is pretty much now a Premiership too, isn't it?
Birmingham, West Brom.
Yeah.
Wrexham will go again as well.
Yeah, I think, look, as you say, every player, once you walk into that stadium, that will be your final. Innit? Every time West Ham are at home, they're going to have to play a team that's willing to give everything to beat them at that stadium, taking pictures after and all that. So yeah, I think I'm going to go Wolves. I think Wolves will win it, just because I just think it'll be difficult for West Ham every single home game to be up for it and having to perform every single home game. I think they will come good, but I think it's going to be really difficult for them this season.
I agree with you. I think Wolves will be strong. I do hope, of course, West Ham do well and go straight back up, but have to wait and see how they start the season. Good game, though. I think you're right. It's a good time to play them. Their first home game of the season. OK, let's take a look at Charlton's new home kit now then, Sharon. While we do that, Liz is going to be subbed out to be replaced by our very own Charlotte Richardson.
Again.
Okay, well, delighted to say that we now have Charlotte Richardson alongside us. Liz very kindly said, does anyone want any water? And he went, I'm the water boy now. You're so much more than that, Liz. You know that. You know that. How are you, Charlotte? How was your summer?
Yeah, really good, thank you. It just, like you guys were saying earlier, it just went so quickly. But no, it was nice to have some downtime. Did a little bit of work on the Commonwealth Games, which I was really enjoying. My athletics, Wimbledon. But looking forward, well, we were at Cheltenham together, weren't we?
Yeah.
Glad that the football's back.
Yeah, football is back. There's nothing like it. And you're here tonight for Meet the Directors meeting live at 7 o'clock as well. Talk us through what you have going on.
Yes, it's the 7th instalment of these biannual Meet the Directors events. It's an initiative that's part of a wider fan engagement strategy, something the new ownership wanted to do. And they come at a really good time of the season, normally around August and then again in January. And it's an opportunity for fans to pose their questions directly to those that make the decisions. And it's normally about an hour long, a little bit longer, try and cram every single question. But no, it's really good, really useful. A great opportunity to touch base ahead of the competitive game that we've got here against Derby on Saturday. I'm a little bit concerned about that sun dipping. Exactly, you guys will be done and dusted. The Irish skin point there. I
was going to ask you if it was all right to say what I said.
No, I singe.
Do you want to swap? I'm all right. me and Scott are good, aren't we?
We should have gone on holiday back in the day, or even at some point in the future anyway. We're going to do a golfing holiday at some point. Brandy, looking forward to hear what Gavin has to say?
Yeah, I'm fascinated actually, because it is a skill. I mean, they have no idea what questions are coming in. I mean, some are loaded, I guess, but some are coming in as they speak. Yeah, no, and you don't know what you're going to get, so your brain has to kick in really quickly.
No, honestly, it's
some
a point.
are, some aren't, aren't they?
All the questions come through to a WhatsApp number. They all get forwarded on to me, and I try and get through as many as possible. So some supporters we might get a question on a similar theme, so they might not necessarily hear their direct question, but if it's the same thing. But no, they all get forwarded through. We try and get through as many of them as possible. So as long as they're polite with no offensive, rude words towards me, then they get
on the messenger. Okay, well, look, please make sure you tune in for 7 o'clock for that show as well. It will be really, really interesting. And Charlotte, before coming on air, you've been around the ground checking all the new improvements as well, haven't you? What have you made of what you've seen?
Really, really nice. Some fantastic enhancements for supporters to enjoy when they come down on Saturday. I mean, just look at it. I think it's always just so lovely to come back here. The Alan Curbishley around there in the fan zone. There's loads of things that will be going on, activities. There's a humongous Billy Comicchio that you can go and stand up against, see how tall 6'5" really is in the flesh, but also in the fan zone as well. There's going to be loads of activities and a lot for sort of first-time supporters. So if anyone's coming down to the Valley, in the Valley Central from 12 o'clock, there's going to be a designated member of staff there able to answer any of your questions or queries. But if you are a first-time supporter, they're going to give you a lanyard to wear, so members of staff around the ground can help you. But also for younger fans as well, there's a Charlton Athletic passport, which is available for men's and women's games. So the more you come along, the more you get your passport stamped. There's prizes and recognition as well. So some really nice touches. And of course, what fans always want as well is they want to be able to get a drink and they want to get some food. So lots of enhancements there that people will be able to enjoy.
And Curbs, as Charlotte touched on there's lots of pictures of you up. Have you had the chance to have a look at all?
Is it?
We'll have to do a Curbs tour around the ground. It's really nice. Have you guys seen the ones that are right at the front of the stadium? We'll have to go and have a little look when you finish. They look really, really nice. And
there's even a pick of brownie, isn't there, I hear?
I haven't seen that one yet. We'll have to go and find that one together.
No, I don't really like looking at pictures of myself.
Would it be a sunburn brownie?
He's too busy melting now, isn't he?
I'm uncomfortable.
Don't worry, we're going to get down the oak.
The only time I get caught out in this like this is when I'm hitting a ball for 300 yards. Walking after
300 yards, yeah?
Straight.
You're playing well?
It's concrete.
Okay, all right, okay, fair enough.
Winter months, 210.
Yeah. Okay, we've gone down memory lane a few times now, but what about this Saturday? I mean, how much are you looking forward to this particular game? There's something special about a first game of the season, isn't there? I know we've had the
Would you prefer
Carabao
to be at
Cup.
home first game or away first game?
Home.
As a player?
Home.
Always home.
Yeah.
Home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Fans
you get that
behind
result.
us.
You get that
I'll
result.
tell you what, though, I'm at my most nervous first game of the season because you're never quite sure. Pre-season
Fitness
might have gone
wise.
well, might not, and you know not to take it too seriously, but you just don't know what's going to happen. It's a blank canvas in the next 10 months in front of you.
Players realise after about 70 minutes that they've had it. Like,
Yeah.
and you've got to be honest about that.
Yeah.
You think you've done enough in pre-season, but it can take its toll, especially in this.
Yeah.
No, I think first game of the season, I prefer to be away, to be honest.
Do you?
Yeah, because I think it used to run that you got 2 home games.
Okay.
So I think if you get something in that first away game, then you've got a chance of.
Yeah, that's a manager's perspective, though,
No,
isn't it?
yeah.
That's a manager's perspective, no?
Yeah.
Because you want to get
Well,
points on the
if
board as
it's the
quick
other
as
way
you can.
round,
Yeah.
you've got to win the first home game because you've got two
Yeah,
away
yeah,
games.
yeah. So, I'd have said as a player, I'd sleep in my own bed. I'm coming in my own state. No, that's what I mean. I don't want to be in a
You probably
hotel.
were
I
gonna be
don't want to
sleeping
be in
in
a
your own
hotel. yeah.
I think it's his centre midfield role as well. He sat back even more away from home and just sprayed the passes. So that's probably a bit of both, really. I mean, Charlotte, the Valley is set to be packed again. How much are you looking forward to it?
Really looking forward to it. 20-odd thousand tickets being sold, and it's a great, way to break up the summer holidays, but also reflecting back on how important that opening home game of the fixture is. I think if we cast our minds back to last year and Harvey Nibbs getting that late minute winner and that connection that you can build early doors, and obviously we had the momentum from the playoffs. I just think it's a really nice opportunity to bring fans together, and the Valley played a huge part for all of our teams last season, and it's going to play a huge part again this season. So I'm really, really looking forward to it. Can't wait.
Where do you see Derby this season? How much of a challenge will they pose? I mean, they nearly made the playoffs last season, didn't they? And top 8, they'll be feeling they can do that. That's their aim.
I think they'll be under pressure to be in that top 8, yeah. But I'm with you on the takeover. I thought one had just collapsed. And it's never nice going into a season. No, it's not. When you've got someone who you think is going to bring in, I think he was a billionaire, and you think there's a bit of money coming in, and the manager's going, right, okay, like you've got to have 2 sets of targets. One where you can spend, one when you can't.
Yep.
It might be a little bit flush if the new owner comes in. And I believe he pulled out last week.
No.
So, yeah, I think so. So if there are other options,
There'll be another one.
Yeah, they got to
coming
move.
up, yeah.
They got to move
Quickly.
quick. So they're coming down, and they've just got beaten the Carabao Cup, which, for them, I don't know how that sits with their supporters, but certainly, he might have gone a bit weaker to keep his strongest 11 for this Saturday. I think as a club we felt that was a game we had to go and win, and we've got a great draw off the back of it.
Yeah.
But for them, I'm not sure it was so important. I think this weekend's a really important game for them, and if they can get off to a flying start, maybe that helps the owner sign that little contract, and they
sure it would,
they go from strength to strength. But
yeah, it's interesting what you said though about the sort of playing away. Is that a pressure thing? Is that because everyone's expecting you to win? How did you view the first game of the season?
I always thought that we would probably be fitter than the opposition. That's a major thing for that first game. As I said, people get tired. It's before you had all these subs. You could make so many changes. But yeah, I always fancied us in the first game, especially if it was away from home, where perhaps the expectation level is not the same. But you turn up and you do a job and you get a result, then you come back here for 2 games. It's it's the way to do it. I think.
And that fitness thing is a thing. I don't know if you can see in the background as we were just looking at Curbs there. Look who's in the background there. Can you see?
Enjoying the shade.
that's where most of his shots ended up.
He thinks he's out of it, doesn't he? You know why? No, it's the advertising. He's got to get a certain amount of shots on that shirt. Look, there's advertising.
Is that Infantino? That's shots, in the half-time break. He's got even when he's on.
That's what it is, yeah, the hydration break and the commercialism of it. If you haven't as yet, please, if you can, try and get down here at the Valley. It's going to be a fantastic game. First game of the season always is. And there's nothing like getting maybe even a last-minute winner again. We should wait and see. Visit booking.cafc.co.uk to get yours now. OK, after Saturday, and we've touched on a few of them, but there are some big fixtures as well. How excited do you feel the fans will be for that Spurs game?
I think most of them would have preferred it here. Like I would have. You want home advantage. But it's a game where, in all fairness, we've got nothing to lose in certain respects. It's all on Spurs. And the way the finances are, if it's the crowd we think it's going to be, then financially we will do very well out of it, and it may be another player coming in on loan, or because you're loaning players now, you're paying loan fees, etc., etc. So it's a money spinner as well. So yeah, we've got nothing to lose, have we?
As a manager, how do you balance a big game like that? Obviously, you don't want to get hurt. You'd love to get through, but it's not about. But you've got West Ham there as well, so
that's the big problem, isn't it? Yeah, you don't want to get hurt like that. So I think Nathan. Maybe get the result against Derby, same team against Spurs, same team against West Ham, if that's the way it's going to go, and give them 3 terrific games.
Yeah. How do you see this month as well? Obviously, there's Preston in there.
Yeah, I think that's a tough start. I do, and but every season you stand here, you sort of assess the fixtures and go, that's tough, that's tough. That's a tough start. But I still maintain what I said earlier. I'd rather play West Ham early, all right, while they're finding their feet. Now they might come out, the buzz of that first game, the 60,000 crowd, it might work in their favour, but I still think mentally they're settling into a championship campaign. It might just catch them out because it's not nice dropping down a level when you've been up the top end that long. So you know, I see West Ham as a bit of a free shot almost because of who they are, where they've come from, the money they've got. And we might catch them cold, but yeah, I think the Derby one's going to give us a great yardstick of where this team is, where the squad's sat. Because all due respect, Cheltenham was a no-lose for Cheltenham. You know, we went and we were strong and we got the result. But this Saturday, you know, it is game on. You know, and you look at last year, Watford, it was a very similar feeling. You know, we weren't quite sure what that fixture was going to bring us. I mean, it brought us a clean sheet and a late goal and a wonderful crowd. So hopefully we can repeat.
And actually, over the next couple of months, we had a really good bit of form, didn't we? Charlotte, I'm putting it on you a little bit here, and you don't have to answer all the questions, but I asked the lads about Player of the Year, Young Player of the Year, and Charlton finish. You can just finish with the last one if you want.
Just finish. I think, like Herb says, it's about looking up and that momentum and building. I would say I'd love to see us finish 14th, 15th. I think it's going to be a case of the players that had their first season here, that first championship level, really coming to fruition. And I'm excited to see how some of our new signings get on as well. So that's what I would say. A 14th, 15th would be my guess.
You still here? You still with us?
I'm
Not melted too much?
No,
Although you are quite hot.
I am, yep.
Okay, should we go and have a refreshment to cool down?
Yeah, I saw a message on the government website that said anything outside 30 degrees and above, you didn't have to work. So I'm going to have a little look when I get inside, see if that's the case.
He's the only person that calls it work.
Yeah, I was just about to say, this is not work. This is, honestly, he's not lived a proper life.
If you guys come back on Saturday, you see a little pool, that's my little Charlotte pool. Have a nice bit of refreshment.
Absolutely.
Think of me.
Okay, well that brings an end to our show. Derby here Saturday. If you can get down, please do. If not, in any way you can, please support the lads indeed. Fingers crossed it's going to be a really good season. We'll have to wait and see. Different predictions in terms of where we feel the club's going to finish, but the bottom line is once an addict, always an addict, and we look forward to the season. Take care. Bye for now.